This time the Quick Speed Shop, we're out here, it's freezing again, but we're working on the Black 80 Dodge. We're putting the box back on. I got the tractor out. I set it on, well, too much drama, and it looks pretty tough. All right guys, we're back at it here at the Quick Speed Shop. It's finally a day kind of above freezing-ish. I got my blue 77 F250 fired up, just warming it up here. And over here, I've got the box for the Black Dodge behind me. We're gonna take this guy off the trailer, get it ready to go back on the truck, but I think I need to fix some of the bracing underneath it because it's really, really bad. So the first thing I'm gonna do is attempt to get it off the trailer and set it on the ground and then stand it up on end, maybe on the forks. So that should be fun. Let's try it. This worked once before, why wouldn't it work now? That's what I say. Pretty soon I'm gonna build some I'm going to build a quick attach setup for this tractor because these forks are super handy, but I can't see them through the bucket. So I'm going to build a quick attach system so I can use like bobcat or skid steer attachments and get some skid steer actual pallet forks because these are super hard to see. Whoa, crap, too much. Super hard to see through the bucket. Easy now. Holy shamoly. Tractor's rolling. Crap. Yes, sir. This little Ford axle trailer comes in super handy for doing stuff like this. All right, what I'm gonna do now is set it down and I'm gonna try to flip it up on its nose. That's a little crunchy. It's a little crunchy to be sitting on the sheet metal, but I think I'm going to try to pick the back of it up, stand it on its nose somehow with the forks. I don't know. It's kind of doing it. Am I putting the forks through the floor? No, not yet. Oh, it's kind of, oh boy. What I think I want to do is just like get it to the point where I can tip it over by hand. Yeah, it's really really not good for the front corners, but I think it's gonna work. Yeah, will it? Yeah, a little more over center. I think it'll stand right up. I've got to do a bunch of fixing here. Uh-oh, did I pinch the wires? No, but I got to do a bunch of fixing on it. I think I can fork under the front of it and pick the whole thing right up after I get it vertical. So let's keep monkeying around here. Super sketchy. This is way sketchy. Oh boy, we got a lot of sheet metal bending going on up here. But I think I can just take it and flop it. It might hang right on the forks. Let's try it. You guys watch it. Look at that, we did it. All right, we did it. That's, it's there. I'm gonna strap it to the tractor so it can't fall off. I'm gonna have to straighten these back out. This got kinda, oh yeah, it folded the front edge under. That's okay, we'll straighten that back out when we put it on the truck. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. The problem here is all the cross members are shot where it bolts to the bed for the frame is shot, so I gotta do something with it. So yeah, let's see, what's gonna keep it from flipping over backwards? Probably if I strapped it up over the tailgate to the bucket, or I gotta keep this from swinging under somehow. Okay, I strapped it to the forks, so let's see if we can pick the whole wad right up. I think we can. That's perfect. I will just slowly drive this guy over to the garage. I love it. A couple of straps and a tractor is all you need. This was terrifying. Yeah. Watch out, I'm coming your way. Of course my truck's right in the way, son of a bee sting. Let's go this way, I guess. Now there's lumber in the way. Straddle the lumber. Yep. Oh, easy, easy, easy. Oh, easy now. Man, you could, oh, easy. Easy now. You could move pickup boxes like this all day long. Not a problem. All right, here we go. I love it. That's a win right there. Man, what a awesome job. See, I kind of wrinkled this side of it, but it'll bend right back out. But I think this guy can, oh yeah, can hang right here on the forks while we fix this real fast. I'm gonna try to blaze a piece of tubing in here. The floor is 100% shot on this thing, but I have a plastic bed liner that I'm gonna cut down and use it in here. And plastic bed liners, you can have big holes in the floor and you still have all the structure. That's the beauty of the plastic bed liner. But where do we mount? Do we mount here? Is that mounting holes? Geez, it looks like it was at one time. We got four. No, it's just is what it is. We're gonna have some of the bolts. Not all the bolts, some of the bolts. This guy is intact-ish. That guy's got a broken off bolt. Gotta drill that out. I really like to replace these two braces here in the middle. Just do something across there. Something's better than nothing because they are super flexy. And this guy is the one, ooh, that's all shot. We're gonna have to get in here and do something or another. Great. Over here in the truck, we're ready to accept the box. I went and I brushed on some fluid film because it's been too cold to spray, and it's been out here percolating. That's why it's all shiny. But I did go and I fixed the rear cab mounts. I made some new steel mounts and bolted them on the frame where the original ones were, and I got some new mounts from Speedway. They're rubber-ish, I guess they're rubber, and bolted them on with some new bolts on both sides. So we got dual brand new cab mounts in the back. I'm going to redo the front ones when I do the floor. But other than that, it looks good. It's mounted up on there, a lot more solid in the back. And this guy is ready to accept the box. All right, we're back under the lights again. I didn't get the job started till 2:30 because I had to go into emergency work earlier today. It's Saturday. But here I've got some of the steel cut out. I've got some new steel here. This is not the right way to do this at all, and this floor is completely junk, but we're gonna scab some new tubing in under here and just kind of weld it on where the rear bolts, or the second set of rear bolts go. Do that. I've cut the brace right off here. This is the really bad one. I'm gonna span the gap with a piece of angle iron upside down, and it's gonna be, it is what it is. And this one we're not gonna do anything with. And then we're gonna fix the mount down here and then weld the rear bolts back on. But I've lost the daylight, so let me put you on time lapse and you can watch me weld here under the cover of darkness-ish. Well, that was 100% the worst welding I've ever done, but I'm welding junk to junk out in the wind with more junk. So this will get good enough for what it is. It's stiffened up here. I just scabbed it to the back of this brace. I've got to drill a hole and put a nut cert on each side for the body bolt to bolt to here, or a riv nut, I mean. This angle iron down here, this stiffened the floor right up. It did have a huge cave-in action. The frame, this will just touch the frame here. I'm not going to bother to grind this or paint any of this. By the time the rest of this rusts out, the box is completely shot, but it's good enough for what it is, and it's too cold and windy to paint. So when we fluid film, I fluid film the underside of this truck later in the spring, I'll just blow fluid film all over this, but everything is nasty. I just got to weld the pad on over there. But I'm going to put the camera back inside because it's very cold now and windy, but I saw the leaves and stuff have melted. You can see the weld line across there, but it really stiffened that right back up, so we're back in business. I might take a couple of pieces of rod or something and weld from this wheel well here down to the front of the box stanchion, put this back together, so when I flip it back upright, it won't want to collapse all the sheet metal. I might do that. I'm thinking about putting it on the truck tonight under the lights. I don't see why we can't. That'll be fun because it's dark and nasty, and I don't really want to leave the tractor out strapped to the box all night like this with the thing in the air. It could settle down. Actually, the straps would probably hold it up, actually. So maybe I will leave it out here. I don't know if it'll settle, or actually I could put some kind of stand under the bucket. The hydraulics drift after a while, but right now it's strapped to itself, so it can't really drift. And the box is sitting on the ground, so Even though it's dark, it's only like 6 o'clock, so we can probably put the box on here before tonight. It's a little while later. I've taken some cold galvanizing compound that I had. Because it's cold out, I figured why not. And sprayed the steel. I put in the rib nuts over there for the bolts for the frame. Everything's sprayed up. I'm gonna try to set this back down with a tractor. I don't think I'm gonna put it on tonight. I think tomorrow we'll put it on because I want to clean all this crap out here that fell out of it. But man, look at the backlit light. Look at all the freaking rust holes in here. This thing's rotten. Anyways, we got it fixed up enough to go on the frame. I also added down here a couple pieces of rebar just to stiffen those corners up like I said, so that's good. But it's all good to go now. It should be ready to bolt on. Oh, this got all squished. I'll straighten the sheet metal out when I get done, but I'm just gonna flip this guy over here. I probably won't film it because we're in the dark and it's too hard to film far away in the dark. But tomorrow we will place it over here on the back of the truck. Okay, it's the next day and it's bright out, but it's very cold and very windy like every other day this whole winter. So we're ready to put the box on the truck. I've pulled the truck over here. One thing I'll show you I did, I've moved the shocks outboard from here where the factory shock location was. I drilled some new holes because this thing sits so tall with these 1-ton springs I put in it. The shocks are like maxed out and I don't know how much this thing's gonna squat when I put the box on it and put some weight in it. So I just moved the shocks over and that allowed them to shorten up a little bit. And it's fine for what we're doing. So at least they're not maxed out. But I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the tractor, pick up the box here, and hopefully we'll be able to set it up on without too much drama. Well, that wasn't that bad. We'll scratch the paint. We'll scratch the paint. That wasn't that bad at all. Oops. I'm a professional. I don't believe it, but I got to. I'm looking right at it. It's on there-ish. It's got to slide ahead a little bit and line it up, but and there's all our new mounts. Oh, it's up in the air a little bit. What's it sitting on? Oh, I got to put a spacer between that back one. That front one, they're sitting kind of where it's got to be. Yeah, it's gonna go. Oh, my front mount doesn't touch anything. That must have had feet on it originally that sat on the frame. That's all right. Yeah, not bad. Ooh, it even sits pretty close to square to the cab. I know it had a spacer in this side in the front, a shim, so I can shim it up, yeah, to make the body lines match-ish. Not that it really matters. But I nailed the wheel placement by fixing the axle relocation with the springs. I got that where it's got to go. And this thing is a monster truck. It looks like a sled pulling truck being that high up in the back. Holy shamoly. I probably could have got away with a 1-inch block instead of a 2-inch block. But we're going to put some weight in it and stuff so it'll squat a little bit. Well, it hasn't got any warmer out, and now it's starting to snow, but I got the bolts all in. All 6 bolts went in the box, so it's bolted back up on here. I had to put one shim under here that it had in factory, and not that it really matters for a driveway off-the-road plow truck, but man, the line on the back of the cab is straight as a string. She's lined up like brand new, better than factory, and I'm gonna have to make a couple of braces. I'm thinking about, I went on the online, on the interwebs, and found that they have long box sides skins, a bunch of places. And let me get out of the window over here. And they're like $250 a piece. So I'm thinking about getting their long box sides, so I'd have to cut them down. But I'm thinking about getting brand new box sides in the springtime. They go from the seam here, and then they go up and over, and they wrap around here. But for $250 a side, if I could fix all this and make it would look a ton better, not that it really matters for a junkyard, backyard plow truck, but you know, how nicer would it look with complete intact box sides? The doors and fenders aren't bad, and we got little holes in the doors here on the bottom and a little bit of damage on the bottom of the fender. I actually have a brand new aftermarket passenger side fender. Actually got 2 or 3 of them from a bunch of stuff I got from a guy's clean out. So I could change that fender if I wanted to. Not that I'm restoring the truck at all, but this side's a little rougher. And like I said, the box is flapping, but I think it might look good. I could get rid of all this damage, just throw some sides on it, just then scuff it and shoot it black with probably just spray it with, actually this orange peel looks like this box side was painted. I'd probably just spray it with Rust-Oleum gloss black turbo cans, and it would look a lot better. I could rattle can some new stripes on here. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to tape it off and do yellow, orange, and red stripes, replace the factory stripes on it. Back there's one, a little bit of the red. Rattle can of stripes back on it once I touch up the door logos. And yeah, I think I might throw box sides on it in the spring. Why not? It'll look 1,000 times better. And you know, this is pretty rough. Pretty rough. This side's got a whole bunch of dents in it, like something was hitting the side of the truck. Here, got a whole bunch. There's not really any in the door or stuff. It's all on the side of the box, or somebody hit it with something. It's got a whole bunch down the side, so it would look a lot better. Am I crazy? I don't know. I think it would be awesome. So anyways, oh, and I found I got this old bumper I think I'm going to make work. Just a pipe bumper, but it fits. It's the right width of the truck. I got to make some new brackets and bolt it onto the frame. I got to hook the taillight wires back up. Oh, are they compromised? Yeah, I'll have to tape them up and stuff. That's just got pinched there, but hook the wires back up. What you're looking at, I gotta go inside. I can't stay in this cold. I had to work yesterday at work in the cold, and it wasn't as bad yesterday, but it's gonna be cold all week, and I've got to do more outside stuff. So I'm preparing, but check it out. The tailgate works. Mint. Oops, I forgot my tools. Oh, there's my gloves. So, like I said, I've got a bed liner that I'm going to, oops, the forks went through the floor here. Yikes. This floor is hammered real bad. But, oops. It stiffened right back up welding that angle iron to there where it was rotted right through there, but it's got a lot of rot here. It's pretty much loose. I have, like I said, a pendoliner, old bed liner that came out of one of those C10 trucks. It's for a long box, so I just cut it down. I'm going to make it, put it in here. That'll cover all the holes in the floor. Plastic bed liners are super durable. Actually, the bed liner, it's in the back here. This Ford, it's a Ford bed liner. Can you see there? There's a huge gooseneck hole and stuff in the floor of this truck. You never know with the bed liner. It's so strong, it spans the whole thing. So I'm going to throw the bed liner in here. It'll fix the floor. And then I'm thinking about building a weight box, a couple of 2x4s across the wheel wells, putting like sandbags or something in here, or concrete blocks or whatever, to get the weight for the to plow and have this thing squat down a little bit more. I've got the roll bar here. I'm gonna have to modify this. I'm matching my brown Dodge here. That's got like an actual truck roll bar that I modified and made into a bed bar, and I've got my mounts up there. It's got a back window protector and stuff. So I'm going to do something similar to this guy, but it'll bolt to the floor. I think this is out of a car, like a drag racing roll bar, but I don't know where it came from. But I got to widen it a little bit. I'll bolt it down in here in the bed. I've got that gray fuel tank over there. That's going to mount in the center of the box and go through the floor for the fuel tank, and plumb that up front so we can have an actual fuel tank in this thing. But I'm going to have the roll bar. I'm going to get some lights on the top and a gumball light, which I have in the truck. Oh, the door's frozen. Oh no. I got it. And the next thing we're going to do is come up here and fix the front brakes and put the floors in. I fixed the back cab bolts, you see there, and I've got some C10 front cab mounts. I think I can adapt to work here. Got to fix these. Fix the front of the cab mounts. I got full-size front floor pans there. We'll replace all this. I'm going to make some new inner rockers. That's just flat sheet metal. Fix the rockers, and then I'll have to piece this back together here. I actually got some lights off a plow if I want to put round plow lights on it. I got some extra tail lights. Oh, there's my earmuffs. What are they doing in here? I got a gumball light. Got all kinds of stuff. I'll have to come up with some seats. But the old Dodge, she's yeah, that's a Wi-Fi floor right there if I ever seen one. She's coming along. I'm thinking maybe, hear me out on this. You see the 80, these are both 80s by the black grills in them. Last year the tin grill. And you see, whoa, I'm losing all my hardware out of my grill. How'd that happen? I tighten that back up. Anyways, you see this truck is all round headlights, round plow lights, round KC lights, round gumball light, round cab lights. Well, this truck, because it's the stacked headlights, is all square. I got square stacked headlights. The plow frame's got square lights on it. I'm thinking about doing square lights on the roll bar and doing two 80s, a round 80 and an all square 80. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I think that'd be super cool. But let's take a look at this thing one more time before I shut it down, because it's freezing out here. This thing's got a wicked rake, a wicked stance. Man, the pinstripes line up, the box fits mint, frame is fixed. Man, we can see all the framework right through the wheel well. Dang, bro, check that out. Mint. Looks awesome with the chrome western mags. I mean, back in the day, this was a sharp looking truck when it was new. Unfortunately, she's pretty hammered, but not as hammered as it was. And when do you see two 80 Dodge plow trucks in your driveway? I'm looking at two of them right now. I see them. All right, so that's it, guys. I'm going to shut it down. That was fun fixing that box and getting it on there. And I got to get out of the wind, pick all this crap up, put my tractor away. And I'm going to go inside and work on the yellow Buick, because that's what I should be working on, right? Instead of working on the black Dodge out in the driveway. But I had to take advantage of the 40-degree weather yesterday. And unfortunately now it's like 18 degrees out. So I'm had it with this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Making Dodges great again, like the old black 80 Corby's Dodge here, freezing to death at the Quick Speed Shop. I'm going inside.